A policeman found a girl in the forest. What he did to her shocked everyone. Sergey had been on the road for 3 days already. He was returning from his best friend's wedding. Because of the frost and snow, the road turned into a solid skating rink. He slowed down so as to not take risks. Suddenly, near the forest, he noticed a lone figure. I wonder who brought this into such a wilderness, thought Sergey, because the nearest settlement was 40 kilometers away. The man stopped the car and hurried toward the forest. Under the tree stood a young woman, all blue from the cold. "How did you end up here?" Sergey asked, but she did not answer anything, and only muttered something with trembling lips. "Come on, I'll take you home," the man said, and the girl obediently stood up and followed him. In the car, the man poured her hot tea and wrapped her in a blanket. "Where do you live?" asked Sergey. "Nowhere else," answered the woman. As it turned out, her husband was very rude and cruel. They had a big fight, and he took her to the forest and told her not to see her again. "Have you tried contacting the police?" the man said. "It's no use. He has everything covered there. He communicates in thieves' circles, and everyone knows him," the woman answered. "Okay, let's go to my place, and then we'll think about what to do," said Sergey. The man felt very sorry for this girl, and he did not understand how her husband could do this. Sergey lived alone in a one-room apartment. He did not plan to start a family. He believed that first he needed to build a career. He'll never forget how he used to live from hand to mouth with his mother. Sergey laid down in a chair in the kitchen and gave the bed to the girl. That evening they talked for a long time, and the girl told about her difficult fate. In the morning, when Sergey was ready for work, Tatiana woke up. "Make yourself at home. There's food in the refrigerator. Don't be shy. I'll go to work, and in the evening we'll think about what to do with you," said Sergey. All day he thought about Tatiana, what to do with her and what to do. And then he remembered about his classmate who works in the police. Maybe he can help. Perhaps Tatiana is exaggerating the power of her husband. Approaching the house, he saw 3 police cars at the entrance. What happened? Who they came to, Sergey thought, and saw Tatiana being taken out in handcuffs. "What happened? Did your husband arrange all this?" asked the man. "There's no husband," Tatiana shouted. A policeman approached Sergey and, showing his identification, told the man, "You are suspected of stealing a large sum, and if you cooperate with the investigation, you will not go as a suspect but as a witness," the policeman said. The man obediently got into the car. At the branch, the man learned that Tatiana had robbed the bank where she worked. They searched for her all over the city until she called her parents and was easily identified. "Tell me, did you force her to do this? Where did you hide your money?" "We searched the entire apartment," the policeman said. "I don't have any money. Yesterday I found her in the forest and she had nothing on her." "The video recording will confirm my words," the man said. A few hours later, the man was released on his own reconnaissance. Sergey was in a state of shock. While cleaning the apartment after the search, the guy didn't believe that Tatiana could steal the money. What if her husband set it up, Sergey thought, and dialed the number of his police friend. Fortunately, the friend did not refuse help, and an hour later they were sitting in the kitchen, drinking tea and discussing what had happened. "I don't think that you would be involved in this story. The case is well known. All the police are aware. Tatiana has a 5-year-old son. She's a single mother, and the baby was recently given a disappointing diagnosis. Expensive treatment was required, and Tatiana ran for a long time to different funds, but did not get any results. Then she decided to contact the bank management to take out a loan, but she was refused there too. And recently her son became very ill, and she decided to commit this theft. Having stolen a large sum, she gave the money to the hospital and the boy underwent surgery," Nikolai said. "What was she doing in the forest?" Sergey asked. "She says she was in a state of passion." Nikolai answered. "How can I help her because she has a small child?" Sergey asked. "Firstly, you'll need to hire a good lawyer, and it'd be good to return the stolen amount. Perhaps the bank will accommodate you and withdraw the application." "I'll hire a lawyer, but where can I get the money?" thought Sergey. The man didn't sleep a wink all night. He kept thinking about Tatiana. After all, she found herself in a hopeless situation. It was about the life of a child. Sergey had a certain amount of money that he put aside for the construction of a house. He decided to borrow the rest of the amount from his boss. They communicated well and they had a trusting relationship. Thanks to the lawyer and the money returned, a month later Tatiana was free. The bank met her halfway. As soon as Sergey met Tatiana, she said, "Please forgive me for not telling you the whole truth. Thank you very much for everything you've done. I am indebted to you for the rest of my life. And how is my son?" "He's on the mend. I stopped by to see him yesterday. And forget about the money, you don't owe me anything. The child's life was at stake, Sergei answered. A year and a half has passed. Today, Tatiana married her most beloved and reliable person. Mom, Uncle Seryozha arrived in a limousine. Kiryusha shouted joyfully. Tatiana couldn't believe that she would then meet her life partner in the forest.